Hello everybody, today we're talking about secured credit cards and how to strengthen your chances in getting approved for them. In case you didn't know, you can be denied for secured lines of credit. Plus I'll be talking about my top 5 picks of secured credit card offers. If this sounds interesting to you, stick around. Today I'm going to help you pick the best secured credit card with the lowest fees and the one that you're going to most likely get approved for, because I don't want to waste your time with getting the wrong credit card. It's nothing I tell you is 100%, but I'm going to improve your chances today.
So I did a dry erase board of the 5 credit card secured offers that I recommend. And this is just a quick summary of what the benefits are of these cards. The top 3, of course, I picked from the major banks because they're well known. They offer non-secured credit cards, and they're very popular, and they've got a really long history. And they can offer a lot of different perks with being a card holder. But not everyone can get approved for these credit cards. All 3 of these have no annual fee. There is, unfortunately, hard credit inquiries when you apply for these cards. So that is a con. I recommend the OpenSky credit card, Visa credit card, because some people cannot get the ones for the major banks, and OpenSky is a great start in rebuilding or building credit. So I recommend that, and you'll see further in this video why this one gets recommended. There is no credit check, that's a plus, and even if you don't have a bank account, you can still get this. The only small downside is that there's an annual fee, but I don't think it's that large when you compare it to other types of secured cards. The final one I'm going to be talking about is Self-Lender, which isn't even a credit card, but I really highly recommend it. I did a YouTube video on it. I used it myself. It helped me greatly. The pro, it is an installment loan, so it will add a credit mix to your credit history, to your credit report, which is so much better than if you only had credit cards. The one thing about Self-Lender is that there are some fees that apply when you apply for Self-Lender, but that varies on which loan you pick. They're not very high, so you just need to review the offers and see if there's one that you like, and then they'll tell you what the fee is, but it tends to be low. At the end, once you pay your term off, whether it's 1 year or 2 year, when you completely pay your Self-Lender loan off, you will get a check in the mail, and your loan will be released to you, and it'll be like a little bonus, I guess.
If you'd like to know even more about the credit card offers we talked about today, visit the links below in this description. Plus, if you're looking for just a more concise summation about the credit card offers I talked about today, visit my website, lcredit.com. It's great for people that are on mobile devices or for people that just want a quick summation of these different credit card offers. And as a side note, if you decide to apply for any of these credit cards today and you use the links on my website, it is an easy way to help support my channel. And thank you. So I will be reading off these key points, but I think they're really important, and they will make the difference for some people in choosing the right secured credit card. So here we go. Okay, so with Capital One, with them, they will not approve you if you had a credit card discharge. You won't be eligible for this card. So if recently that happened to you, you don't want to apply for that credit card. So now with Discover, if you have not completely finalized your bankruptcy, you will not get approved. So for the people that are looking to rebuild their credit after bankruptcy and you're not done with it, do not apply for the Discover secured card. If you can apply for the Discover card, it is one of my recommendations because it is pretty much the only secured credit card that earns rewards. You earn 1 to 2% cash back plus the cash back match for new card holders. So if it's your first year, you get double that. So you will get 2 to 4% cash back your first year being a card member of Discover. So that is awesome. So consider Discover if you're not going through a bankruptcy. Okay, so with the Citi secured card, you must not have had any bankruptcy history within the last 2 years. So if that's you, do not apply for the Citi secured credit card. So now with OpenSky, this is what they say on their website. With the OpenSky secured visa, you don't need credit to get credit because we don't check your credit when you apply. I did do a little research and I did give them a call. They do verify your identity, but they do not do a credit check, and they do require that you have a job. So if you have those two things, you will most likely get approved for the OpenSky Visa credit card. That's why I picked it as one of my recommendations. They are very easy with credit approval, and even let's say I'm wrong and you don't get approved, there is no hard inquiry, so it doesn't affect your credit report. So it's worth giving them a shot. The purpose of my videos a lot of time is to help people understand that they deserve better than they think they deserve, because some people don't think that they can have a credit card of any kind, and they don't have bank accounts, and there are different reasons why people don't have bank accounts. At least with the secured card and the ones that I've showed you that have low fees, you're paying fees, but you're definitely getting something out of it by building your credit. So with people with no bank accounts, OpenSky Secured Visa is a great card for you because you don't even need a bank account, and it will help you build your credit and it will improve your situation. Okay, so finally with Self-Lender, I went through the process of using Self-Lender. I did the Self-Lender video. I was very happy using it, but in the comment section, I would get things like people saying like, I applied, but they didn't give it to me. They said no credit, but I have no credit and I did not get approved for the Self-Lender credit building loan program. So I did contact Self-Lender about that and I asked about it. And it is true, you do not have to have ever had a credit card or any kind of line of credit, but you have to have some kind of credit profile established. And even if you've never had any kind of line of credit, many people have credit profiles while other people do not have credit profiles. So if you're a person with no credit and no credit profile, you will not get approved and qualified for the Self-Lender program. And they use check systems to go through the process of locating that you have a credit profile. I hope that clears up for some people why you don't get approved with Self-Lender if you have no credit. But just typically, if you have a credit profile, you'll get approved. Okay, so this is a part of the video that in a couple of seconds you just might want to pause, because I did a spreadsheet of these 5 different credit card offers and I showed the pros and the cons, and you can kind of take a look at it and decide which one is a better fit for you. Anything in green is a positive and the red would be more of a negative. So here we go. So here are some tips to help build your credit fast. You probably already know this, but in case you don't, you want to keep your credit utilization low. So you want to use very little of your available credit line. So anywhere from up to 30% of your credit line. But the lower you go, the better. When I was rebuilding my credit, I used 9% or less, and I think that is the best way. And I did that for a year. Not only that, every single credit card statement, I paid my balance in full. And I still have to this day, 2.5 years later. Not only is that a good signal, but you don't ever want to pay interest on these secured credit cards because they are high. Even though OpenSky has a more fair rate, it's still a high rate of interest. So do yourself a favor, help rebuild your credit and avoid accumulating debt. Pay those credit balances in full each month. You want to avoid hard credit inquiries, but not always, because sometimes the benefit of going through a hard credit inquiry, you benefit more by getting qualified or getting approved for a really good credit offer that will ultimately help you build your credit and raise your credit score. So it's not an awful thing. But what we want to do today is we want to avoid getting credit inquiries without the credit. So one thing I've been really impressed about with my channel is all the people that are so serious about rebuilding their credit and they want to do it right. And I've been answering questions and I'm happy to do that, but sometimes there's just like so much information to go through. So I'm going to recommend something that I've read myself. It's Liz Weston's book, Your Credit Score. This is the 4th edition. There is a 5th edition now available that you can buy. I actually got this one at the library, and I recommend visiting your local library because there are so many books that you can take a look at and it doesn't cost anything. This is the 4th edition. There is a 5th edition now. I really like this book so much. I am going to buy it and I'm going to highlight things because sometimes I just need a quick refresher and I can just go through and look over things because, you know, I have to stay relevant when I'm talking about these subject matter and I don't want to be wrong. So I am going to actually buy the 5th edition of her book. One thing I wanted to mention about the book, and I'm not really familiar with copyright infringement type of things, and I don't think I can just put the excerpt of what passage I am talking about on the screen. I'm actually 99% sure I can't do that. So I have a link in my description for this book. It's for the 5th edition. And if you look inside the book, if you click on that little tab on Amazon, it'll give you an excerpt of this book and you can learn more about it. And on page 6, it shows you a scenario of 2 different women, and one has good credit and one has bad credit, and it shows you the differences about the amounts of money they pay on car loans and mortgages. And I think it really stresses the importance of understanding your credit and doing it right, because it is literally thousands of dollars you are throwing away through the course of your life, and you want to be person A and not person B. So if I can help you, and I know Liz Weston can help you, please keep learning. And if you think I did a good job with this video, please like or subscribe.